How we doing, YouTube? Stevie here. Oh, my shirt's all kind of cattywampus here, isn't it? Oh, just took my shower today. What is it? The 29th of I'll leave this hat off for today. Oop. 29th of December. Last work day of the year, I think. Unless there's something shorty to run tomorrow or they want me to deliver this thing tomorrow, I don't know. I just did my delivery this morning in Evansville, and I was saying in the last video I wasn't sure how fast those boys was going to load me. Heck, I think they loaded me in less than a 30-minute break up there in Melrose Park, and then I had to sweep out the trailer. And it was a little hard to get to, but not real bad, just off 294 there a little bit, but that was really good. They were great and real friendly folks up there. And then I come down here to a place that I'd actually been before loading. That's kind of a big warehouse, two different buildings, and I think I delivered to this place a couple of years ago, but usually I reload out of there going north and up to Home Depot DC there in Elwood, or I don't know if they call that Elwood or what they call it. Maybe they might call that Joliet. I'm not sure what they call that up there. One of the two. Same thing. Actually, not very far from the NFI Target warehouse. 3 miles, maybe. Anyway, and then I come down here, and I tell you what, I didn't get in a big rush because I wasn't exactly sure where I was going. I was pretty sure I knew where I was going, but I wasn't exactly sure, and I didn't want to be on some of them little city streets in the middle of the night, or in the dark time in the morning, and not be able to see like a road sign I'm not supposed to be on or something. So I thought I'll wait till daylight. I was no rush anyway. And I had my breakfast down here at the Pilot at 64, off of 64, just north of Evansville. And I slid down there, and he opened the door. I walked in and gave him my bills, and he opened the door before I got backed into the dock. And I was making a video, and he unloaded that thing so fast I didn't get a 10-minute video in. And it was done. The green light was back on again. Okay, smokes. And then I come over here to Berry Plastic, which that's one of my normal reloads, drop and hook usually. Not always, that's the one that gets messed up sometimes. But it was ready today, and I would have been in and out of there in 10 minutes if it wasn't for a gabbing, because they were real slow today. So I was talking with the guys in the boys in the guard shack there. They're the ones who do all your bills and everything. You don't go in the building. And that's a nice thing about going to the same places all the time, is you know everybody. So if there's a problem, usually they're willing to help you fix it, or other little things that help smooth the path. And like I said, they were slow today, so I just stood there and yacked at them for, heck, I think I stood in there for a half hour just talking to them. And then I bounced up here, back up to the Pilot here at 64. Actually, this was the Pilot. I had breakfast at the Flying J. That's where I slept at last night. There's a Pilot and Flying J right across the street. And come over here, and I got to stop, take a shower, I think. And then I don't know if I'm taking this back up to Markham tonight, or if I'm taking it home, and then running it up there on Monday when I go get I got a Tuesday reload down here in Evansville, but I don't think he's found me my going down to Evansville load yet. So I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but I'll probably work New Year's Day or the afternoon of New Year's Day, and then head down here that way I'm here in Evansville on Monday morning or Tuesday morning in the morning. So if I get backed up in that loop, I can still get my 4 in if they have them. But I told them to look into these loads that I got, this one coming down here, even though I got to go up into Melrose Park and get it loaded. It wasn't that bad, and it seems like a pretty good load. I figured it at $265, I think is what it paid. I figured it up. I didn't actually do the exact miles, what it was, but that's what it said on the Qualcomm 346, and they're usually pretty close to right. But Anywho, yeah, I was gonna say that's a nice thing about going to the same place. I like to go to the same places all the time. Even if I get a little less revenue maybe for the week, if I can fairly well know that consistently I'm going to make a certain dollar amount, I will give up a monster week to have a consistent 4 weeks. That's how I roll. And like I said, I like to go to the same places. I'm not Daniel Boone. I'm not looking for an adventure. I've seen all the interstate across this country I need to see. I don't need to see no more other than where I'm going. I'm just in it for the money now, boys. Just in it for the money. And yeah, so I don't leave the Midwest. 90% of my career has been in the Midwest. Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, Western Ohio, Southwest Michigan, and very little Michigan. And not that much Ohio. A little bit. And not south of the big river down south of Ohio. I don't go to Kentucky very often either. In my 30-some years of driving, whatever it's been on and off, yeah, I usually stay within a drive shift of my house, which is northwest Indiana. So you take a 500-mile half circle around the bottom of that, and that's about where I go. Don't go to Minnesota, almost never. Wisconsin, I go to Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin. I like the quick trips. Isn't that what they're called, quick trips? And like I said, Iowa. I like to go to Iowa. And the very eastern Nebraska, like Omaha. Maybe I mean go a little further, but that's pretty much it. And then, like I said, I don't go very far south of Indy, and you know, that kind of line, 3/4 of the way down the state of Indiana. You take that line clear across from Cincinnati to over into Illinois, and there's been enough freight there my whole career. I don't need to go nowhere else. And primarily, I've been on dedicated. A lot of my freight has been local, home every day. But even when I wasn't, it was just regional. That region, and I wasn't necessarily home every day. But I don't stay out on the weekends. I reset at home. That's how I like to do it. I'll figure out my numbers over the next day or two. I'll put them out before the new year, and maybe do some goal setting for next year. But that's why I like to roll consistent. Stay in the Midwest where everybody's nice. They're fairly fast loading and unloading. No offense to the boys down south, but they ain't in no hurry. You're down in the Tennessee area, them guys don't load for crap, my opinion. But you stay up in the Midwest, they do a lot better job. I don't know about out west. I don't go out west. I never left anything out there, and I never went have to go get anything. No offense to SoCal, but they'll write on my tombstone, he never went to California. Anyway, alrighty guys, it's 8:30 already. I just wanted to check in a little bit and see what's doing, and I'll try to get those numbers put together and do my end of the year numbers and see where we landed at this year. God bless everybody. We'll talk again soon.